My friends, welcome. In this video, I will show to you how to trade absorption with a heat map and order flow. This session will be practical because I will show to you how exactly you can see absorption on a chart, what indicators to use. I will help you to set up indicators together. Plus, I will show to you quite a lot of examples that will help you to see such setups in the future and trade it by yourself. Remind you, it is not some theory, because what I will show to you, I trade nearly each trading session, even a result that, as you can see, I got from my previous day. It's like my last few days. What I will show to you, it is trade results that I do and what I get on daily basis. It's why I highly advise you to listen carefully and be till the end of this masterclass, because exactly in the second part, I will show to you more real practical example that you can copy and use it for your own trading account. At this moment, write please about audio and video quality from 1 to 10. 10 means everything is excellent. 1, video and audio is bad. What exactly we will cover today? I will show to you where absorption happens. I will show to you how to find key levels, because it's super important to see absorption in proper areas, because sometimes absorption in the middle of nowhere difficult to take. After, I will show to you how we confirm it, how we use a heat map, or in many cases I use only delta. I will show to you how you can both, or only delta. Real examples and live question and answers at the end. I will reply to your questions regarding trading. Remind to you why you should once more listen to this. It's feedbacks from our videos, from our students. It's I recently started watching your videos, got a task set up, and implemented your strategy with a few small tweaks of my own. It genuinely gave me a lot of more confidence in my trading decisions. Thank you for what you do. God bless you. Uh, 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 Explanation, clarity, and continuity. This trade breakdowns help me to understand better market and make more money. Once more, what I will show to you, it will be pure practice, and it will help you to understand and trade market better. I trade regarding all of this. I trade on Prop and Bybit. On Bybit, I use 4 contracts at this moment. We will cover in details that part. Let me start, because we have quite a lot of stuff to discuss. And let me write into Discord that we started. Yes. Okay, friends, we've started. Write plus into the chat that everything is okay and you can go. Regarding GEX, we will cover it, friends. Let's cover this topic, absorption, and after that we will cover about GEX and gamma exposure. Okay. A few words about me. My name is Yuri. I started trading more than 10 years. I was a beginner as you. I blew out many accounts. I tested different strategies, different approaches. And for me, it was really painful at the beginning, because I blew out account many times. And honestly, I remember when I went out from my dormitory when I was a student, and I cried, because all my savings gone, and all my hopes for another life, for a better future, also gone. And I didn't surrender. I didn't give up. I continued digging, and that's why I'm here. I have good result, but honestly, that time was difficult. That's why I understand most of you have same problem. You don't understand what you're looking for in the market. You hurry up. Because of that, you don't have confidence. Because of that, for you, it's difficult to keep position, to open a trade. And because of that, I do this masterclass, because with clear strategy, with clarity in your mind, it will help you reduce stress and take better trades. I trade crypto, and also I trade NASDAQ, the futures as an order flow. At this moment, as you can see, it is results for the previous days. It's like this week. Normally, I have profits from around 1,000, 2,000. Yesterday, honestly, it was difficult day for me. I made only 669. On Tuesday, it was good day. As you can see, I made 2,200. And I will show to you by trade breakdowns that I took during those days. Why do we need a strategy? First, the most important in a strategy, main reason, because in trading you don't make money because you're right in every situation. You make money because your profit's bigger, like your math expectancy is bigger. And a strategy helps you to find the places where, for example, like here, I took a trade, I was wrong, I lost 300. I took a trade, I was right, I made 1,200. And even if one of 4 trades profit, I make money. When every second trade profit, I make significant money. That's reality of trading. And today's focus would be not on a situation where every situation will bring profit to you. It will be how to find really fat places that will cover all losses and make money for you. Have a good strategy will help you make better trades and more money. First, it's an example for you of my trading day. On this week, we will cover the trading day. It is my proper execution. A good strategy will give you confidence and clarity because why many of you, I also had a problem. You scare to open a trade. Why you close good trade too soon? Why you feel stress when you trade? Because you don't know what you are looking for. You don't have a statistic and understand how your strategy, how your patterns played out. You don't understand a logic behind your patterns and why they should work. Because of that, you don't have confidence, and because of that, you have all that emotional mistakes. And that's why we will cover in details absorption strategy. We will cover absorption strategy in details, and it will help you overcome all of that stress. Write in the chat in this moment, friends, how many of you have a problems when you open a trade, you scare, or for you it's difficult to keep your profitable position, or you take too early a trade or too late. Write in the chat, because all of this connected to a strategy. Before we cover strategy and software, a few words regarding what software we should use. As you know, with my team, we use ATAS. Main reason because ATAS is beautiful. I think for order flow futures, it is the best platform. Also, quite a lot of you use other platforms. I will cover. Remind to you that you can get all my ready-to-use ATAS workspace where I already set up all indicators, and my team will help you to set it up. At this moment, you can get it entirely for free. Below this video, there would be first link which you can use and set up all templates and get help from my team. Also, quite a lot of you use other platforms, Deep Charts, Charts, Quantile, NinjaTrade. Remember, it's not a big deal which platform you use, because you need to compare those platforms like a cars. Your major goal is to move from point A to point B. I use ATAS because I know developers, I have good connections with them, but it's like, imagine I drive Audi, you drive BMW. It's like everything is okay. You make your decision and you choose what suits better for you. It's not a big deal. There's only one platform which you cannot use. It is a TradingView, because on TradingView you do not have access to level 2 data, and absorption without level 2 data is impossible. Example for you, like even on this video, what I mean by level 2 data. At this moment in front of your eyes, you can see the tape, you can see limit orders, you can see clusters, heat map on a chart, volume profile, delta profile. From all of this, you have only volume profile on TradingView. That's not enough. Because of that, we don't use TradingView. Any of this, like Quantile, Deep Chart, it's okay. Those platforms on this list is okay. ATAS, I think the best. But if you wish, you can do any of them. Let's set up each indicator that we use for absorption, and after that, let me show to you examples and explain to you how absorption works. Friends, what indicators do I use to spot an absorption? First, For me, the most important to see an absorption, it is, of course, I have this several charts, several screens. First, and the most important, it is those indicators. It is a delta profile and volume profile. Because I love to see places where there's significant delta buildup and there is no result. I will show to you several examples. One of the greatest absorptions that I ever saw in my life. Maybe the greatest it was here. When you can see delta profile was just huge. There also was huge cumulative delta rise. There were a lot of limit orders, as you can see, that and after that, price did several days trend from this area, which I will show to you so soon, and I will show to you how you can take it as a trade. That's why first indicator it is delta and volume profile. How do we set it up? In ATAS, it's really easy. You go to volume analysis. There are those indicators, fixed volume profile and TPO. You click it, and after that, as you can see, you have this indicator which you can set up as you wish. At this moment, as you can see, I have my several templates. You can see I can do previous day delta profile. You can analyze it previous day volume profile. You go to settings, you choose mode, profile, type of a session. Electronic, it means from opening, from daily opening. Regular, it is New York session. After that period, location, for example, left, you can choose left to right and OK. And you can set up both of those indicators. Okay. Second, it is VWAP. Why do I use a VWAP? I love to use especially anchored VWAP and session VWAP, because often there is a situation when price reach, for example, some VWAP and there is significant volume enter. And because for absorption, it's so important to spot on absorption in a proper place. Example for you, like here, have a look at this massive delta. Price retested that massive delta. And like in those places to see an absorption, it is the best. That's why I used anchored VWAP for key area determination. Because when I see that, for example, here VWAP plus it is value area high of a day, and I see absorption, for me it is a greatest green flag to take a trade here. Because once more, when you see absorption in a proper area and into trend direction, chances to get better trade and better risk to reward increase. How do you build such anchored VWAP? In ATAS, as you can see, volume analysis, you have this anchored VWAP. You can add it to a favorite list and have it from left side. Plus, I added it to hotkey W, and at any moment I can build it, as you can see, move it at any deviations. Next indicator that I use, it is Heatmap. Honestly, I don't use in ATAS this type of a heat map because I don't like it. And as you know, we have ATAS introduced this heat map. Also, you can get it in a deep chart. Also, Ninja Trade at this moment work on this type of a heat map, like a book map. Any one of you use this one? Write plus into the chat. Why I don't use this type of a heat map? Because I prefer old way. I analyze order flow through this chart where I see clusters, the tape, delta, and limit orders. I prefer this way. Why? Because I like it more simply. And second, Heatmap take quite a lot of computer capacity. Plus, according to my strategy, I don't do micro scalps for 5-10 ticks. It's not my approach. That's why, even an example for you, main reason why I analyze it, for example, here, at this moment, you can see, I see very big orders. At any moment, I can zoom in. I can see a cluster. For me, it's easy to zoom and see history. At this moment, you can see a limit order, which you also can see as a heat map. This type of a chart for me better. Maybe for you a heat map better. You must choose for yourself. Like at this moment, I can see this is a tape. I can see the aggression. I can see that most of volume traded exactly here. I don't understand the heat map. Right plus in a chart if any one of you use a heat map, and right minus if no one, if you don't use a heat map. Next indicator that I use, of course, it is the clusters, big trades, and limit orders. Let me show to you all of them together, because you will need them to see absorption. Honestly, with those indicators, it will be very easy to spot an absorption and take trades. It is exactly this one, big trades. Here it is this indicator, big trades. You can see here. You go to indicator section, big trades. At this moment, you simply can pause and you can copy my settings. Green, it means large buy order, hit, sell limit order. And for you, it will be so important to see a reaction to those volume, because sometimes you will see, for example, like here at the top, a lot of buying orders and no result. Honestly, it will be additionally good confirmation for absorption. And we will cover it within a few minutes as an examples for you when after big orders, a lot of big orders, there was no result. Second, it is limit orders. Why I analyze limit orders? Because often before significant limit orders, there could be some movement. As you can see in ATAS, we have this beautiful indicator on a chart which calls depth of market. You can see this one, depth of market. You can open classical DOM and you can see all limit orders here, but for space saving, I use only this one. As you can see here, the tape, have a look here, -66, 39, 39. And most of those sell orders, as you can see, appeared here. And when you see when such a lot of sell orders appear and no results, that's exactly absorption. That's why I will show to you within a few minutes how to spot it. I will cover about all of that stuff. Friends, regarding all of those indicators, once more, remind to you that you can get them really simple. You open this live session. We did a special bonus from me and my team. We will help you to set up all of those indicators. What you need to do, simply below this video, there would be a first link. Get access to our heat map and all other templates. Open this link. There would be special Telegram bot. After that, my team will help you to set up all of those templates for free. Or if you don't use Telegram, you can use second link and fill that form. My team will connect with you. Let's cover about how absorption works and logic behind this. And the last one is a heat map. Once more, I use a heat map, as you can see on a chart. At this moment, you can see how a heat map created. You can see we have limit order that was here, and it appeared here on a chart. And price, as you can see, reached that limit order. Buyers hit that order. And at this moment, interesting to see what would be price reaction to that level. In some cases, such situations could play out as a key support resistance. That's a reason. Have a look how this limit order. It's micro absorption, I would say. That's why I prefer to use limit orders on a chart because it works faster, and at any moment I can zoom in, zoom out, and see entire chart. Okay, we my friends, we just set up with you all indicators that you need for absorption, software and templates, and at this moment let's cover what's the logic behind absorption, and let's cover practical examples for you. What how absorption works, and what's the logic behind that. Now, you should understand, on a market, there are always two sides of a trade. For example, when someone take quite a lot of buy orders, like some person press buy orders, and at that moment you can see that cumulative delta goes up. But you always should understand that those people who buy, from other side, some people with sell limit orders absorb, because there are always two sides of a trade. And the most important question always, who is stronger? Example for you, I will show to you several, maybe one of the greatest examples of absorption that I saw in my life. Like this example, which was, one moment, by that absorption. Few seconds, my friends. This one. Have a look on this trading day. Have a look how here, so many sellers. It was exactly here. Cumulative delta at that moment drop maybe minus 6K. Like on this trading day, you can see cumulative delta of that trading day was minus 8,000 contracts. And you can see how after, what price did, massive move. You should understand what's the logic behind this absorption. Logic simple. Some people here, they sell with market orders. And the most important question when you see a lot of buy or sell orders, you ask yourself, are they successful? Because sometimes price will make significant move after big sellers or big buyers. How it works? Some people with sell market orders, they sell, but from other side, some people with buy limit orders, they absorb those sells. They set up buy limit orders and they build a position. In the end, what we have? We have here people who build a lot of short positions, and here we have a lot of people who build long positions. After that, the most important question, who is stronger? Because if buyers stronger, what they will do with market orders, they will start pushing the price higher to make money. Because if buyers, they build a position, they would be happy for price to move up. Why they would be happy? Because they will make money from it. And to make price move up, they need to push it. Let me show to you greatest example of absorption that I saw in my life. And that example will help you to understand absorption, I would say, fully. It was exactly here, my friend. It was exactly here, the situation. Here you can see an example how you can use together big trades, how you can use all other indicators to spot an absorption. Let me show it to you. Let me move it. Have a look here. What do you see here? I think it's obvious. You can see a delta at this moment in this quite tiny place increased from zero to 3,000 contracts. That's quite a lot for NASDAQ. Honestly, when I see something like this, with big chance I will take a trade. Here, only one disadvantage for a short and use this volume as absorption. That price clearly in upward trend, and price is outside of value, which means it could be a start of a trend, a significant trend. We need additional confirmation to understand that it is an absorption. And let me show it to you. After watching that example, you will understand how absorption looks like. how it works. You can see here, what do we have? We have quite a lot of buyers that continue buying. Have a look, delta continue rising from 3K to 5K. Have a look how delta profile became so huge. What this stuff means that some people, just imagine, in tiny place, so aggressive buyers. Understand once more logic behind absorption. If here people buy, you always ask yourself who they buy from, because they're always from other side limit sell orders, which we can see, by the way, here. Every time when price hit sell limit order, we have delta increase and price stop. Again, have a look just here a few seconds ago, they hit another buy orders, and what happened? Nothing. And let me show to you a second video, second part of this. As you can see in this area, delta increase from 0 to 5K. We have a lot of aggressive buyers, and price stop rising. Biggest delta profile, as you can see here. And price drop below it. Tell me at this moment, what does those buyers feel when price goes below their position? They are in a red zone. They are in a red zone. They start thinking, oh, maybe we should close our long position because it go against us and we could be liquidated. Or we should add additional volume because we need to fight for our destiny. Like those buyers, they are underwater. And here is the second part which will help you to understand absorption. Because those people who absorb them, because here, as I told you, a lot of buyers who bought without result. Price is below their average. And have a look what's going on after. Have a look. Before price started to reach those big delta profile, an area where most of delta entered, as you can see, aggressive sellers started to appear. Because once more, those people who absorbed buyers, they must protect them. Because once more, if you absorb buyers, your major idea is that you want to make money from dropping. Because if you build short, you do it to drop the price. And have a look how, honestly, this stuff, it is the best what you can see in your life. If you want to spot an absorption, it is just the best. You can see aggressive sellers appeared before biggest delta profile. It is just the best place where you can see such absorption. And what had happened after that? Yes, and after that, my friend, price started massive drop. That's just example for you. That's maybe the greatest example that I saw, example for you of absorption. A lot of people, they buy, no result. When they buy, they always limit sellers from other side who absorb them. Because sellers also accumulate and build position by using those aggressive buyers. And after that, sellers, they must push the price, because price in the end pushed only by market orders. You cannot move price without market orders. With limit orders, you absorb, you stop. With market orders, you push. And that's why often after good absorption, it's so important to see market orders. At this moment, from 1 to 10, write in the chat how clear absorption is for you. Does this example good for you? 10 means everything is excellent. You understand this example. 0 means you do not. 9 isn't bad. Regarding absorption, you should understand that it's so important to see absorption in next cases. Absorption, it is a good confirmation for a trade. That's the reason why I use absorption in several cases. First case, it is when we have beautiful uptrend. The best what I can do, what I can see, it is an absorption when price retest some key area. For example, trend up, and I need to take long trade. Honestly, if price takes some key zone and I will see absorption, it will be one of the best setups that I can use. Let me show to you an example. It is a trade that I took this week. It was on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I had quite beautiful trading session. It was 21st. Yes, it was Tuesday. As you can see, I took 2 trades. First here, and second, it was exactly here, which gave me entire profit. I made 1,954, and that was main reason why I took a trade there, because I was in absorption. And let me show to you the trading day. And let me show to you the trading day. It was 21st. Post link for your Discord, please. My friend, my Discord only for our students, for people who finish our education program. Discord isn't public. Because first example of absorption that I showed to you, it is a global absorption, which often could be against a powerful trend. Honestly, for most of you, will be difficult to take it. In most cases, we will face such absorptions that I will show to you at this moment, because those absorption will be inside in a trading session. And I will show to you and explain to you a logic how to take it. First, my first trade was here. If you remember, my first execution in that trading day was exactly here. It is micro contract. What was the reason why I took a trade? Because there was a delta drop for nearly 1,000, and price took initial balance low. Additionally, at that moment, it was a bullish structure, because you can see before opening, we had significant, as you can see, delta drop, which did not succeed. And that situation was from opening, price took London low, and there was the delta. It wasn't the best one, but still, it was my major plan of a session was to look for trend continuation. And because there wasn't significant delta absorption, for me, it was difficult to keep the trade, and at VWAP, I close it. Second trade, as you can see, I took here. It is what I love to see. I love inside absorption when we have from one side aggressive player that push through, we retest it, and often at those areas we will face significant absorption. As you can see, a lot of sellers who tried to push down and they did not succeed. And what price did after that, as you can see, continue move up. Let me show to you a record of that situation. It was 21st. It was the 21st. Oh, I recorded a lot of video materials for you. That's why for you it must be really interesting for all of you, my friends. Write plus into a chat if you enjoy when I show to you records of a session as a best example. As you can see here on the chart, this blue line, it is a London session. Here, it's start of initial balance. Balance, it is first 15 minutes of a trading session, US session. You can see from opening we had this quite significant delta drop, but honestly I expected that price would take some of these lows. Because of that, I didn't took a trade yet. Quite big sell orders, but delta didn't drop. Here you can see price took initial bounce low. It was exactly a situation when I took first trade, because it was exactly here, in a place where we had biggest negative delta on the session. That's the reason why I took a trade. Why I show it to you, because sometimes those absorptions, they wouldn't be the best one. Sometimes they would not be the most beautiful one, but you still need to know how to trade it. And in this case, what will help you when you take trades, only at the good places. Do not try to take a trade. For example, we face massive delta absorption and it happens inside in a range. You can see inside around POC. To take trade inside in a range, there must be some additional confirmation before you actually do it. That's just an example for you of a tiny absorption and how it looks like. You can see tiny absorption, price retested POC. That's exactly when I took my first trade inside in that trading session. Let me show to you one more example. Another example. Here you can see right plus into a chart if you can see this delta, if you see it correctly. What do we have here? You can see some small delta, and honestly, that's a reason why I did not take a trade here, even having a plan to be bullish during that trading day, because this delta was small. Honestly, I waited additionally for cumulative delta to drop lower. Here you can see from this area, from POC, buyers started to step in. Have a look how buyers started to step in. And within few minutes, I will show to you an absorption that I took. And here you can see sellers started to appear. And what the most important for me was here, that price exactly retested area where aggressive buyers step in, plus it was POC. And here, I think you can see, all of you can see quite a lot of sell orders. And the most important, there is no aggression. Because in most cases, if that's a breakdown, we will face the tape acceleration. And have a look. So much delta dropped from 2k to nearly zero. And boom, have a look how beautiful. A lot of sell orders, and price barely move, because in most cases when it's a really aggressive move, you will face bigger reward for such delta. And that's exactly here a place when I took my second trade that brought me a significant profit during that trading session. That's example for you how absorption could be even inside in a range, inside in a value, but because we had a bullish day, entire day above VWAP, our major structure was bullish. Because of that, even inside from POC, we took a trade. But once more, This stuff, you need to understand regarding this stuff. You always need to combine absorption with a trend, because without understanding market structure, without using proper trend, in many cases you can make a lot of mistakes. Let's cover more examples. Let's cover some few more examples that will help you understand it even better. Before, my friends, what I want to show to you, you need to understand that with my team, we can help you to also take such beautiful trades and make money, to pass proper accounts. As you can see on daily basis with my team, we trade futures. Here you can see results of our community. You can see that we traded nearly every trading session. And once more, we can help you build a strategy, understand the market, and let me give me 2 minutes to explain to you how you can get it with us. First, we have a clear process that's tested on many people, and we know what exactly you need to do to become profitable. First, the most important, you need a proper platform, and you need to set up a platform, because without it, it's difficult to take trades, because you saw how Atas or other platforms like Atas will show you big volume enter, you can easily react, you can build key zones, key levels, which will help you take better trades. All of you that on this masterclass can get from me for free my Atas templates ready to use. You download them in take 2 minutes, and my team will help you to set it up. What you need to do, below this video there would be that link, fill that form. Additionally, remind to you that templates, it's like a tool. When you are a doctor, like you are a surgeon, you need a scalpel to do a surgery. Without it, it's impossible to do. But still, you need to know how to use it. You need education and knowledge. And that's what exactly we do inside our education program. First, what you get, it is the right trading environment, because when you see how other people trade, how they make money, you can steal and use it for yourself, for your own needs. It is the first part. It is our community, a private trader club, where we share trading plans, where we share live sessions, where we share sometimes even calls when we take a trades. Additionally, it is a step-by-step course where you can get all knowledge that you will need to take profitable trades. And the most important, the most unique part, that you can join our education program, where you will work with our students, my apology, with our traders, and they will guide you. Honestly, I never saw it, because in most cases, when you buy education, you buy some course. In best case, it is a group mentoring, but face to face, when you can take live trades, we may be only one company where you can take buy education with our mentors, and you can do live sessions with them. It will give you deep understanding of a market. It will help you build strategy, build confidence, reduce amount of stress. Additionally, for every student, we create private chat where you can ask questions regarding indicators, templates, strategies. When you need some help, it's really easy and really fast. We add student, trader mentor, and support agents that will help you with all questions. If you trade alone, in most cases, you will lose a lot of money, a lot of time, and stress. And we know how to stop it, because we did it many times for many other students. What you need to do right now, just stop wasting your time, stop wasting your money, come to people who know how to trade and will guide you. What you do, at this moment below this video, there would be this link, get instant access to our templates. After, when you get template, my team will show to you all information regarding our education program. I just sent link into a chat. Let me pin it. And also, once more, you can do it by filling this form. If you do not use a Telegram, just choose a country where you're from with international standard. Only in that case, my team will connect with you. Once more, stop losing money and start making such results that we do nearly every trading session. Because you can see it is not that we traded 10 years ago. What I show to you, it is what we traded 2-3 days ago. Let's come back to absorption and let's cover a few more examples for you to understand absorption even better. You need to understand regarding absorption that the most important, as I told you, is to understand market structure, because sometimes you will do mistakes between absorption and initiation, because sometimes a lot of delta will start a trend. That's why best absorptions I have when I take them, when I know exactly what trend it is. For example, we have clear bullish trend and price reach, for example, VWAP of a session, something like that, and I see massive delta without results. That's exactly where I would look for absorption. Or we have rotational day and price is inside of some significant value. And for example, price take key zone. And here I see a lot of sellers without result and price break structure. That's where I would look for absorption. That, by the way, where best absorption would work. An example that I showed to you when we have a lot of buyers and price reversed, this stuff good only against a trend because it was a massive absorption against a trend. Honestly, when you have a good healthy trend, in most cases, delta will push through. Let me show to you a few examples. Let me show to you several examples. Okay, some few examples when aggressive delta wasn't absorbed, but it, as you can see, did a move. For example, like here, like this example. Significant delta, initiate a move, price retested, and move down, continue. You need always remember that sometimes delta will push the price. Of course, the best it is like it was here. We have aggressive sell-off against a trend bullish. That's what I will use. That's what I would be happy to use. We have bullish structure, a lot of sellers without result. That's the best. Or this example, you can see price started this aggressive move up, retested, I think, VWAP of New York. Yes, it was VWAP of New York. And have a look what had happened. That's the reason, by the way, why I use not only delta, but I use also a volume profile. As you can see here, aggressive sellers step in at high, and they did this significant move down to VWAP. And here, sellers did not succeed, and they was used as a fuel, and price did a move up. That's just an example for you. That location is also important. And even here, have a look. Delta increased from 0 to 2K in this tiny area. Like buyers tried to push through and they failed. That's also example for you of an absorption. Buyers got absorbed and sellers pushed them down to VWAP. In this case, as you can see, delta dropping and price also dropping. Why I show to you this stuff? Because once more, my dear friend, you need to remember Context also important. Like this situation, you can see significant delta, and what price did? Price dropped. Significant delta, what price did? Dropped. Significant delta, price dropped. You just need to remember the trend far more important. If you see a lot of delta, but price does not make a structure break, no, you don't go against it. How clear what I showed to you, how clear is it stuff from 1 to 10, right plus in a chart? Because even compare these two examples. It is this blue line, it is a London session, this initial balance, and after that it is entire New York session until closing. Here it is closing. Have a look here. A lot of sellers, a lot of significant delta, and you can see price go up. That's absorption. Here, a lot of sell and price only go down. It is aggressive trend. You need to understand the difference between those two market environments, because only in that case you will be able to use absorption. Because most of beginners will do the same mistake over and over. You will confuse initiation and absorption. And because of that, you will have some mistakes. That's why, let me summarize to you. In what cases I love to use an absorption? As I told you, I have several cases. First, we have a trend. Especially, I love to use VWAP, anchored VWAP or session VWAP. Price retest VWAP, and I see significant delta absorption, significant limit order, significant buy orders. And because of that, I would definitely take a trade. Second, as I told you, we have a range day. Price takes some key zone. We see significant delta. And here we take a trade. Or we have downward trend, massive delta, but we don't take a trade against. We wait for a clear structure break, and after that, on some retest, we can take a trade as a new trade, a new trend started. That's basically my three strategies that I use with absorption. And let's do one more example. Once more, an example for you regarding limit orders and a heat map. At this moment, right in the chat, should we cover deeply regarding heat map, how you can use it as an additional confirmation? Okay, I see no questions. Show deeply a heat map example. Okay, let's cover deeply heat map example. Once more, I don't use a heat map. I don't use a heat map as an indicator because I use same order flow, but as here on a chart. I use this indicator, DOM levels and heat map. It's exactly here, you can see, and limit orders here. Let me show to you deeply how you can use it. In a task, that indicator code, let me show it to you how you can set up that indicator, and after that I will show to you how to use it. It's exactly this one. It is this indicator, DOM levels and heat map. It shows you on a chart where significant limit order appears, and for you will be important to see how price react to that limit order. Here, let's cover to this example as a gentleman asked us regarding Heatmap. What you can see here, you can see significant limit orders that appear at low. Have a look. Do you see at this moment significant limit orders at this 29 to 150? Honestly, last few days I stopped trading initial balance first 5 minutes because volatility increased. When price beautifully in a key zone, sometimes I take it, but I analyze my statistics that too many stop loss hunt before actual move. Right, friends, right plus into a chart that you see those limit orders here on the chart. Those limit orders, it is on a heat map, you see them as this one. They show to you the same information. They show to you buy limit orders. On a heat map, you will see them as something like this one. On actual heat map in a task, you will see that significant order like this one. Just tell me which one is better for you in terms of information. Do you enjoy more like this one? Or is it better like this one? Which one? This one would be 2. Vote, please. Second, it is what I showed you at this moment. First, it is this heat map. They show to you the same information, very significant limit order. And for you, the most important to see price reaction to it. And you can see at this moment, you can see delta dropped from nearly 0 to minus 3K. That's a lot. For NQ, that's a lot. Have a look. Aggressive seller. Remember that significant order at 29 to 150? As you can see, price stopped exactly before it. Exactly here, as you can see, price stopped. And that's example for you an absorption. Massive delta drop, price stopped from dropping, a lot of big orders, big bubbles appear. And after that, it started quite significant move. And you can see here, there was quite a lot of limit orders exactly here. That's what you would see on a heat map. Once more, why I don't use this classical book map. I showed to you many times and explained to you once more. Because it takes a lot of computer capacity, right? Once. Second, here, as you can see, I have one screen where I can see only big trades and limit orders and how volume appear. But I see the same here. I can see the same here. I see cluster. I see where big order appear. At any moment, I can zoom in and I can see how cluster created. I can see cluster statistic. At any moment, I can see limit order. The main reason why I don't use a heat map, because it takes too much computer capacity, and I love to save space. With that example, with a heat map, it's difficult to save place correctly. And after that, have a look what's going on. That's example for you, my friend, when we had absorption, and have a look how many negative orders we had here. Have a look how so many sell orders we had here, and price failed to continue, and after that it will start significant move up. Here, have a look how many buying orders appeared inside, and there is no major significant limit order. There is nothing, just icebergs appears, price broke through, and after that price started significant move up. Let me cover one more important example. I prepared this example for you. As you can see, based on a heat map, you can see quite a lot of limit orders that were here. And what you can see, there are a lot of limit orders. And before those limit orders, have a look how aggressive delta and from this delta, you will see clear price reversal. Have you seen significant buy limit order appeared for a few seconds, and what had happened after? Aggressive seller step in. And yes, you can see that limit order here, and you can see that limit order on a book map. Just important question, which one is better for you to use? Because for me, the most important is to save a lot of time, space, and computer capacity. Okay, my friends, that's why regarding absorption, one of the most beautiful setup. I prefer for absorption to use delta profile. I think from my point of view, delta profile, one of the greatest indicators that you can use for absorption. For example, like here, delta profile help you to see where significant seller appear. I love to use absorption against the trend. Honestly, I don't use a heat map personally. It doesn't mean that I am like that what I do, it's the only way. You can use it as you wish. You can see here delta absorption. There was quite plenty examples when we had significant delta. As you can see here, significant delta, what price did, retested, and after that downward trend continue. Another example, significant delta and trend continuation. That's the reason why for absorption, I prefer to use delta profile. Of course, I analyze big trades. I analyze the tape. I analyze limit orders, because for accuracy, it's really awesome to take a trade when you exactly see some significant order, some significant big trade, because in that case, you will have even better accuracy for execution. But in terms, should you use a heat map? I think you should use it if you do really micro scalps for 10 ticks, for tiny moves. You can use it. If your trades more like mine, then you can keep it for several hundred ticks. You don't need that stuff. Okay, at this moment, time to ask questions. At this moment, my friends, it is a time to ask questions. Let me reply to your questions. I saw some of your Yuri, any free alternatives? I didn't find really good free alternatives. Try. If you find, also tell me. Tell me, please, was that example good enough for you? Was it clear for you? Remind to you, my friends, that all of you at this moment have unique opportunity to join our personal education where we will guide you and will help you to set up all of those indicators. Also, with my team, you will be able to trade. They will show to you our strategy setup. They will lead you. It is the most unique education program that you can get. If you're tired of losing, if you're tired of wasting your time, because you should treat trading like a sport. Honestly, I love to compare trading to a boxing. Any one of you at this moment can open video and see how Usyk fight, how Tyson fights, how Joshua fight. But to do anything closer to what they do, you need to practice, because you need to build inside in your head connections, brain connections that will help you to repeat it. That's why you saw a lot of videos on YouTube, you saw a lot of streams, but none of it help you to become really profitable, because it will take time. You need to practice, get the feedback, and continue. And that take time. And why what I showed you, it is unique, because you can work with my teams that trade futures on daily basis, and they will lead you and will help you. I can bet it will save you a lot of time and that stress that you feel on daily basis when you open terminal and you don't know what to do. If that's what you're looking for, once more, below this video there would be that link, open Telegram bot, or second link where is a form, fill it, and after that speak with my team. Yuri, which time for New York session do you find the trends? I noticed about 9:50 to 10 on a big trend time. Honestly, I didn't pay so big attention, because sometimes from openings there could be a significant trend. Sometimes after 2 hours from New York, there could be start of significant trend. It really depends. I saw. What is the benefit of a volume and delta increase from cluster statistic, for example? It is when you see that there are a lot of volume enter, because sometimes there would be, for example, minimum delta significant, but the price close with zero delta. It means that some sellers got absorbed and buyers step in. That's only one reason why I analyze it. I have an anxiety open the right trade and when to close it still. That anxiety will disappear when you have clear understanding what you are looking for. As better as possible. I have at this moment I'm working on my NQ strategy. I wrote it in Ukrainian because I write down every setup that I use. I record video of those sessions. I'm working for all materials to understand what exactly I'm trading for. Because my major goal is to trade less setups, but understand them as better as possible. You need to have it also. That stuff will help you to reduce an anxiety, and you will be more confident. You will scale less. You will take every trade according to your strategy, because you understand that every second pays money. In that case, you don't scare. Of course, when you have very small win rate, nothing will help you without good strategy. Good strategy equal good psychology. Okay, friends, it was nice to see all of you here. Remember that absorption, it is a part of a system. There also initiation, and I highly advise you to follow this YouTube channel, because within 2 weeks we will cover another strategy. It is a initiation, it is a breakout, because you need to understand both of them to separate, to distinguish, because in some cases you will follow aggressive delta. You would not use it as an absorption, and you need to know the difference. I was happy to be here with you. I wish you a lot of profits. Bye.